Guys, welcome to the show. We are back. Didn't even take us that long this time.
No, it's only been 2 weeks.
No, it's only been a week.
Really?
Yeah, we're kind of moving things up a little bit. The reason why we definitely wanted to get on today was because there was a lot of announcements for D23 this weekend, like an insane amount. So I'm going to Disney tomorrow with our daughter, and I thought we should definitely get something in before I go away because I'm excited. I was like nerding out all weekend, like, because you don't know a lot about what's going on. I was kind of just feeding you info as I was going along. So you just got to hear my child, and she's like, oh my God, you won't believe what they just did. So we'll go over a lot of the stuff that they've done. I'll try not to be too quick on everything, but we're going to have to move it along a little bit because there's a lot. And there's some stuff that was kind of like, not that it wasn't D2 related, but it wasn't anything special. So let's just get into it. Some of the little things that don't really matter, to me anyway. They finally came up with a opening date for the Canada Vision movie, which we've only watched once, I think. The one with Martin Short. I don't really know what the new movie's going to be like or what they did to the theater, but they have an opening date of January 2020. So if you're into Canada and you want to see the new show, January 2020. They came up with a name for the new China movie in the Chinese Pavilion. Is that right? The Chinese Pavilion, or does that be the China Pavilion?
Either one.
Either one. It's going to be called Wondrous China. Real original.
Wow, I was going to say, it must take them a long time to figure that out.
They must have paid so many big bucks to come up with that name. They have no release date on that, but that's going to be the name of it. All right, let's start getting into D23 things. And I guess the first one that everybody knew about already, but they just kind of added to it, was Disney Plus. And if you ask Danielle, who's excited for Disney Plus?
You.
Me. In like the biggest way. So we knew about a lot of the stuff. They've got all the Disney catalog, all the old movies. They've got a lot of the Fox stuff, including all the Simpsons now. We knew all that. They did announce some of the other stuff they're going to have. We did know about The Mandalorian. If you're into Star Wars, that's a show basically about the bounty hunter.
Yep.
It's not Jabba, or I hate when I do that.
Boba Fett.
It's not about Boba Fett. I wanted to say Jabba the Hutt.
I knew something you didn't know.
Yeah. But yeah, they got The Mandalorian, which is going to be really cool. They announced the High School Musical, the series, which
Maya's going to love that.
I could care less about.
Well, yeah, but you do have a daughter who's going to love that. Lady and the Tramp looks awesome.
The Lady and the Tramp movie. They have another movie called Disney Noel, which I'm very excited about.
What's the deal with that?
That's the one with Bill Hader. And basically that's about Santa Claus is retiring. Bill Hader's his kid.
Got it.
And he's going to wind up taking over for him. And the sister is... Who's the girl from Pitch Perfect?
Anna Kendrick?
Anna Kendrick.
Really?
So that should be a lot of fun.
Yeah, that's cool.
The World According to Jeff Goldblum looks really good. It's basically like he goes out and does a bunch of stuff, and you kind of get to follow his adventures. The Marvel stuff is the Hero Project, the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I'm super excited for. What If? I'm not really familiar with that. And Loki. So you got that stuff coming, which is going to be a lot of stuff. I just said a lot of stuff.
A lot of stuff.
It's going to be a lot of stuff. You've also got Monsters at Work, which is Monsters, Inc., which should be pretty incredible. A making of Frozen 2.
That's cool.
Yeah, so they've got just so much stuff coming on Disney Plus, and it's very reasonable, especially if you have Hulu already. I think it adds like $6 to your bill.
Yep.
So you can't beat it. So I was really excited about all that nonsense. All right, let's get to the other stuff. Some of the things about the new Star Wars hotel. They gave a few more of the details, and it's basically going to take place inside of a Star Wars spaceship cruiser, which is kind of cool. It's going to totally immerse you into this world where you look out every window and you're in outer space. So, I mean, you're going to feel like you're actually on a spaceship. And they put out a name for the thing. It's going to be called the how would you say that?
Halcyon.
Halcyon? Why did they come up with a ship name that's easier to pronounce?
Probably just to trip you up.
Doesn't take much to trip me up.
You can barely read as it is.
They've announced some of the details about how you're going to interact within the ship. When you go into Galaxy's Edge, the adventure's going to continue. It's going to have like an immersive storyline. So you'll start it from within your hotel, and as you go into Galaxy's Edge, that's going to continue. So that should be very cool. The price tag is they've had rumors out there, and I hate to go on rumors, but basically what the rumor says, it's about $1,000 a night per person.
Oh, I read $3,000 a night per person.
Well, it's I think it takes 3 people in the room.
Okay.
So
yeah, but it
like,
said $3,000 per person.
See, and this is why I hate rumors.
Right, because you don't know what's true.
You get a lot of. I'm going to say it's going to be at least 1,000, probably less than 3,000. So somewhere between there, it's going to be expensive.
It's crazy that they're charging per person though.
Yeah, I think the only advantage of that is the rooms sleep between like 3 and 5 people. So you know, if it's just one person. Yeah, you figure they do it per room, right? They make more money.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's how they decided to do it. I'm not Disney. They know how to make money.
Yeah,
so I can't really argue with them. Some of the other things we've seen, the Ratatouille Adventure, which we knew was coming. We know it's being built. That got an opening time frame. It's going to be summer 2020. I hate when they give you just like a generalized date for opening.
Well, but they probably don't really know. I mean, it's just like with anything else, you know. I mean, they have a general idea, but they don't know exactly.
Yeah, I mean, they were able to give us the date for Rise of the Resistance already.
Yeah.
That's December 5th,
but
for those of you checking.
That's close. You know what I mean, though? That's closer. So they have a better idea of when everything will be finalized.
So I'm really excited for the Ratatouille ride. You've seen it. Seen videos of it on the ones from France, from Paris. So that's going to be really cool. Let's keep moving. I guess I should say, before we get into these individual things, they're really redoing Epcot. Epcot is like the big project right now. So there was it really does need. I see some of the people in our Crazy for Disney group, they've already started with the you know, I miss the old feel already. To me, that's crazy, because it's starting to get like stagnant there.
Yeah, and they're not revamping the whole, like they're not like gutting it and putting all new stuff in. There's still going to be a lot of stuff that's still there. They just need to make some updates. It's supposed to be like a futuristic place, and it's like
it's not looking so 70s. Futuristic.
Yeah.
Yeah, and to be honest, right now, whatever's closed is what's going to be closed. They're not closing anything additional. Right. So, Figment and Living with the Land, all that stuff's going to stay. What they did decide to do is they renamed the areas. So before it was basically just Epcot, and then you had the World Showcase. Now they have individual lands, and I probably should be more prepared as far as what those lands were called, right?
Yeah.
So it's going to be split up into 4 sections. You're going to have your initial entryway. To the right is something like the land, that type of deal. I don't even want to say it because I'm not even positive. Let me look it up quick. One of the coolest things that they came out with was when you walk out of Spaceship Earth, they're going to have a huge statue of Walt sitting on stairs, just kind of looking at what... I guess the way the statue's set up is what his vision was they never got to see. So that's really cool. I'm excited to see that. All right. Here's the 4 sections. You've got World Celebrations, going to be the area when you first walk in, where Spaceship Earth is, where the fountains are, all that stuff. To the right, where Living with the Seas, Living with the Land is, that's going to be called World Nature. To the left, where Test Track is, and that area is going to be called World Discovery. And then you've still got World Showcase. So it's going to be a nice layout. I think it's going to be a little more set up a little bit like Magic Kingdom or Animal Kingdom, so you can get around a little easier, and the layout should be a lot of fun. Let's keep moving. Oh, here's one thing that's not Epcot that I forgot to mention. The Disney store is going to be going into a lot of the Targets now.
Yeah, a lot of people don't seem that happy about it.
Which I don't know why. I think a lot of people are worried that they're going to get rid of some of the regular, like the nice Disney stores they have in their area, and have these smaller Disney stores in Target. But I mean, it's very experimental right now.
Yeah.
I think they only announced something like 20 locations to start off with. One is not in our area.
Bummer.
Yeah, I checked. That's the first thing I look for. But yeah, they'll probably, you know, introduce it, see how it goes. If it's profitable, obviously they're going to make it much bigger. I mean, I can't see it missing at this point, because a lot of people go to Target for Disney stuff already.
Yeah.
I mean, we do.
Yeah.
We love some of the stuff over there.
Yeah, you got your tissues.
I did get my tissues. I love my Disney tissues.
He was so excited about those stupid tissues.
Let's get back to... oh, there was one other thing, too, outside of Epcot. is the Disney Genie digital assistant, which I don't know, I'm not that excited about because I really feel as though the My Disney Experience app is still really wonky.
I was gonna say, like, they should probably make sure that's working before they start adding more stuff to it.
Yeah, it's almost like, perfect the thing you've got and then go and change and do this World Genie thing. Now, the Genie thing does a lot of interesting things if it works.
If it works.
Well, yeah, you can customize itineraries, and basically what you can do is, like, if you're really into seeing the princesses, you can put that itinerary in there. If you want to just eat and drink, or if you want to just do crazy rides, if you put that in there, the Genie will go and suggest an itinerary for the day. So if you're into the princesses and you're at Magic Kingdom, it's going to send you over, Cinderella. Maybe they'll tell you eat at Cinderella's Royal Table, go on the carousel. It's going to tell you to use the Tangled bathroom, probably.
Probably.
You got to use that. So yeah, I mean, it sounds like it's a novelty type thing. It gives you real-time tips and updates. So I guess for the novice visitor, it's probably going to be really cool. But if you're really familiar with the area already and know what you do, I can't see it being like that big of a deal. So the Disney Genie app, look for that. You don't seem that excited.
I mean, the app works half the time anyway, so I guess I just feel like...
Yeah, I mean, with the My Disney Experience app, we basically use it strictly for fast passes, and then we check
and
on
dining.
wait times.
We try to do dining sometimes, but it kept freezing on me last time I tried to make a dining reservation, so...
You know what? The one thing that frustrates me that we should be doing that we never do is pre-ordering food.
Yeah, I know. That is a nice feature.
It is an excellent feature, and we never take advantage of it.
We did it like once when we were going to Ratatouille.
In which, on last trip, we probably could have done it about a dozen times.
Yeah, because we were eating at all quick services.
And we were sitting in line in some of these ridiculous lines in the restaurants and looking at each other going, we should have pre-ordered. But yeah, if there's one tip I can give any newbies out there that are going to Disney, if you don't want to wait in lines at quick serves, really take advantage of the My Disney Experience app and pre-order your food because it's a really cool option. We even did it at Andy's Lunchbox one day where we just ordered adult lemonades.
Yeah.
And just went over and picked it up.
I wasn't there for that.
I think it was the boys' trip. So I mean, you could just walk up, they have it ready for you, and you're ready to go. It's already paid for. So yeah, that is a really cool option. All right, back to Epcot. They announced the name of the Guardians of the Galaxy roller coaster. It's going to be called the Cosmic Rewind, and I'm excited for this ride and dreading this ride. Because it's going to be a spinning roller coaster. And what I mean by that is the ride vehicle itself is going to rotate as it's going on the track.
So similar to how Primeval Whirl is, but an actual roller coaster.
Right. And...
that sounds like a recipe for disaster for me.
Yeah, I mean, I love Guardians of the Galaxy. They're going to incorporate a lot of the music, which is phenomenal. And just the visuals are probably going to be amazing. But the thought of spinning on a roller coaster, it's already making me queasy, so I'm a little nervous about that. I'm hoping it's not that bad. I'm hoping it's something that families can deal with.
I'll let you try it first.
Yeah, because the one thing I really don't like is when we go to Disney, it doesn't bother me as much in Universal when there's rides we can't all go on.
Yeah.
But when we're at Disney, I really like staying as a family, and especially you, because there's a few rides that you won't do.
Right.
It feels weird, like one or two of you leaving, another one behind while you go to do a ride. So I'd like to keep that to a minimum.
Yeah.
So hopefully we'll be able to stomach Guardians of the Galaxy.
Need a break from you once in a while, so it's good. It's spaced out really nicely.
It's always got to be mean, doesn't it?
It wasn't being mean.
You need a break from me? That's not mean?
It's not mean.
It's just obvious.
It's how we get along. We've been married for a long time, and we need breaks from each other.
All right. One of the other things they announced was the name of the new Epcot Nighttime Spectacular. We all know Illuminations is going goodbye. They are going to have a show in between that's going to kind of like bridge the gap. But the new one is going to be called Harmony Us, with emphasis on the us. I don't know what that means. What do you think that means?
I mean, harmony means together, and us means together, so...
yeah, it says it's
togetherness.
It's going to celebrate how the music at Disney inspires people of the world. So it's going to include a lot of Disney music, which is always a home run because all their music is awesome. It's supposed to be, they're supposed to have massive floating set pieces which is probably very similar to what they do over at Animal Kingdom, which is kind of cool. Not my favorite show, but I do love seeing that stuff floating in the water because I'm simple. A lot of custom LED panels, choreographed moving fountains, lights, pyrotechnics, lasers. So it's basically what they do now with Illuminations, just bigger and probably better. Because I know a lot of people are sad to see Illuminations go. I'm not one of those people who really gets hung up on shows.
We very rarely stop to watch the fireworks shows anyway.
Yeah, we're real lame with those. But even when we do, I don't really get emotionally attached to a particular show. I like just have a great show. So if they're going to improve on something, I'm all for it. So if this is going to be bigger and better Illuminations, sign me up.
Yeah.
I'm ready for it. So yeah, you got that. That's going to be, I don't know if they released the, it just says 2020. So I don't know if we have the actual date on that when that's going to start up. But I'm definitely looking forward to that. Continuing in Epcot. A lot of Epcot.
This is one of the ones I'm excited for.
The Mary Poppins attraction. Now, they didn't give a lot of details for this, but I know Danielle. She loves Mary Poppins.
It's the whole neighborhood. Have you looked at the concept art? It's that's the street.
Yeah, I'm just curious if it's going to be like a walkthrough area, or is it going to be a ride, like a Peter Pan type ride, where it's going to take you through the world of Mary Poppins?
I feel like it should be like an umbrella.
That's what I would like.
And but I don't know.
I mean, what they say is you're going to see basically Cherry Tree Lane. You're going to go past Admiral Boom's house, and then you're going to actually enter number 17, which is the home of the Banks family. And it says where their adventure will begin. And that's it. It's like, what does that mean?
Yeah, well, I mean, they probably don't want to tell you everything.
Right. I mean, it's something to build excitement.
At some point.
It's true.
But yeah, I'm excited about that. I think that'll be really cool.
Yeah, I mean, I love the fact that Epcot was more educational, and they keep it where they just want you to concentrate on the food and the culture in each different area. But I really think it adds something to give you a ride to rest and to kind of relax every now and again.
Well, and I feel like they haven't really incorporated a lot of the Disney movies into that area. I mean, they have some of the characters and stuff like that, but when they added the Frozen ride, I think the thing that bothered me the most about that is that it's the only Disney movie in World Showcase right now. And so I think it makes sense for them to start adding the Ratatouille ride and Mary Poppins. I think that it will bring it all together a little bit more.
Yeah, and it's going to really alleviate some of the crowds in certain areas too, because right now you basically have people that crowd to get on Test Track.
Yeah.
Then you have another big bulk of people that are all over at Frozen. And then everything else is kind of a little bit sporadic. Now it's going to there'll be people going to Norway, obviously, for Frozen. There'll be people in France for Ratatouille, UK for Mary Poppins. So it's going to spread out the crowd a little more, which I think is something that's desperately needed in Epcot.
I agree.
So that'll help with the flow too, with the whole new imagining of the area itself.
Yep.
So it's good that they're going to have a better flow. So much stuff. Good Lord. Let's go outside of Epcot for a bit. They did give some looks finally at the Minnie and Minnie's Runaway Railway, which you're upset because they got rid of the Great Movie Ride.
Yeah, but I'm looking forward to this ride. I mean, Great Movie Ride is gone, and there's nothing I can do about it, so I'm not angry about this.
You're not going to fight anybody over it.
It's too late. The fight's over.
The fight is over. I mean, some of the pictures that they showed as concept art, they show you the Chinese theater with the Mickey and Minnie Runaway Railway signage out front, which looks really nice. They showed some of the interior, what looks to be, I don't know, there's a car there, so I don't know if that's a ride vehicle or if that's just a prop. But that's going to open up in spring of 2020. And for me, that's forever. It takes so long. I mean, when did Great Movie Ride close? A year ago?
More than that, I think.
Yeah, I feel like these refurbs should move quicker. I understand, when you're doing the Tron roller coaster or the Guardians of the Galaxy, there's a lot of work that goes into that to build the structure, then build the interior. But for those refurb rides, you got the building and everything else set. You just gotta kind of change things around a little bit.
Yeah, but I mean, think about the attention to detail that they put into it.
Oh, I can imagine.
Yeah.
So that's something to look forward to. With Galaxy's Edge opening up, there's going to be a lot of the crowds are going to be in Galaxy's Edge.
Yeah.
A lot is going to be over in Toy Story Land. We know how packed that is all the time. This will give you a chance to kind of draw some of the crowds away from that and get it into the rest of the park.
Yeah.
So that's always good. God, there's just so much. My mind was spinning like all weekend. Like, oh my God, I can't believe they're doing this. They're doing that. They actually did show off the ride vehicles and the costumes for the Tron roller coaster, which looks really cool. A very space age looking outfits. I don't know why I get so excited about that. Like, I get excited about CM outfits. Oh my God, look what they're wearing. It's like, who cares? I'm so simple. The Circus de Soleil, I'm kind of excited for. We've never gone and seen it. Did I say that wrong? Because you're giving me that look. Did I?
Yes. The Circus de Soleil.
What is it?
Cirque de Soleil.
So there's no day in there. Yeah, there is.
No.
Cirque de Soleil.
That's a U. D-U.
Do it for me.
Cirque du Soleil.
Cirque du Soleil.
Yeah, it's not circus.
So
it's Cirque du Soleil.
Well, maybe it should be circus.
But it's not.
The Circus delay.
Circus.
Anyway. The Cirque
You are a lost
du
cause.
Soleil.
There you go.
Look at me go.
Wow.
So special.
Yeah.
That's opening back up. April 17th, 2020. Which, that's not too far away.
No, I'd like to go. We never made it before they closed.
Yeah, we really wanted to, and the problem is when you're in Disney, there's a million things to do, and it seems like that was always towards the bottom.
Yeah.
And we never really got the opportunity to do it. This one is actually going to be based on the Disney universe, which I would assume that involves characters and movies and music.
Probably.
So that would be really cool. So hopefully we'll actually go break down and do that this time.
Yeah, that'd be good.
We're always there in April.
We are.
Let's do it. Let's do the Circus de Soleil. Okay, there's stuff I'm forgetting. Oh, this one's gonna upset me a little bit. Spaceship Earth. No, I shouldn't say it's gonna upset me, because I really do think it needs to be redone a little bit, because it is getting a little crusty at this point. But unfortunately, when they do these refurbs, they're a lengthy process, so I think it's gonna be closed for almost 2 years.
I mean, that's a massive ride. Like, it doesn't seem like it's that big, but that's a lot.
It really
packed
is.
Into that big sphere.
And not only is it a lot in a sphere, it's having access to that sphere because it goes in the air.
You gotta go out, yeah.
So it's got to be probably pretty tough just to get things in and out to kind of refurb them. But apparently they're going to do quite a bit. There's going to be a new guide and an all-new narration. Who was the original?
Oh, it's
We know. We know.
I gotta look it up. I can't, and I'm gonna be
We're
mad.
drawing a blank.
I can't remember.
But there's going to be an all-new narration. The ride's going to have all new scenes, updates to the existing scenes, and they have something called Storylight, which they say apparently is going to bring the scenes to life. I have no idea what that means.
I don't know.
And the only thing I can think of is if you've gone on...
Judi Dench.
Judi Dench. She's the one that narrates it right now. But if you've gone on Spaceship Earth before, it's... For the most part, most of those scenes are stationary.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe the guy's arm moves or he turns his head like a mannequin. Maybe this lighting actually brings the scene to life a little bit where there's some motion somewhere. Let's hope. But yeah, unfortunately, that's going to close things off for a little while.
And when do they close it?
They haven't announced when they close it or when it reopens.
Okay.
So that's another thing where you're just kind of sitting back.
Yeah.
I mean, they've said late 2019, but you know how that goes. Until they give you the actual date,
right.
it could get pushed back or move forward, or God only knows. So we're going to be without Spaceship Earth for a while, which... But, you know, there's days where we go and we don't even go on that, but it would feel weird knowing that you can't if you want to.
Yeah.
Which is silly, but it just is what it is. There's a new restaurant opening up in Epcot, which we've known about for a while now. But they've given it a name finally. It's called Space 2020 or 220. I give all the wrong information. And it's just like little stupid things that I get wrong.
Yep.
So be like, where is this Space 2020 restaurant? No, it's actually called Space 220, and this is going to be kind of immersive, like the Star Wars hotel is, where all the windows, when you look out, it's going to look like you're in space.
Mm-hmm.
I've also read something where it feels like when you go up to the restaurant, it feels like you're being shot up to it. I don't know if that's an elevator or what they plan on doing with that. But it sounds like a really cool idea. Did I give the opening date for that?
No.
1 minute. I know it's the end of this year. It's supposed to be open. So, if you're looking forward to a new restaurant at Epcot, which it seems weird that they put a new restaurant at Epcot because they have so many now.
I know, and it's so hard to choose already.
I mean, that's how we are when we're going to Epcot. I mean, we battle trying to think of which restaurant to go to because there's just so many to pick from. We love.
And there's still some we've never been to.
Yeah, which I'm German, and we still haven't been to the beer garden.
I know. We've had it reserved a few times and then changed our minds.
Yeah, and the menu is like I like the meatballs and I like the macaroni because I'm like,
you have like a child's palate.
Yeah, I'm like a child. Like when I look at a menu, I'm not looking for like escargot and that type of stuff.
Not too many people are looking for escargot, but I mean,
or like I'm looking for mac and cheese and meatballs
and chicken nuggets.
I'm like, oh my god, look at this menu. So yeah, we've had reservations for there a few times. The only thing I don't like is family style seating. There are times when we like to hang out with people and talk, which would be nice, but you don't know what your mood is that night. Like when you get to the restaurant.
But just because you're sitting with other people doesn't mean you have to have a conversation with them.
Yeah, I think you would wind up having to at some point, though, being that you're so close and it's such a friendly environment.
I think it would be fine.
Are you mocking me right now?
No.
All right, but anyway, the place that runs 220 is the same people that do Maria and Enzo's, which we've been there before, and that was excellent.
When were we at Maria and Enzo's?
What was the place we went to with the Lovins?
That was not Maria and Enzo's. That was the Edison.
Yeah, I think that's owned by the same people, though.
Oh, but it wasn't. It's not Maria and Enzo's, though.
It's close.
Okay.
So yeah, if you're looking for a new restaurant, Space 220. Got it right that time.
We did.
Bam.
Wow.
I'm trying to think if there's anything I forgot. Is there anything I've been yapping to you about that I may have forgot?
I don't think so.
Danny likes.
I sort of tune you out, so.
Yeah, like it's kind of funny. Like when I'm yelling about these things, she just gives this look like she's interested and would like to do a lot of it, but doesn't want to hear me. You don't want to listen to me, do you?
I listen to you a lot.
You're saying enough is enough. Real nice. One of the other things that was mentioned before we went on the air was that Disney has decided to do a virtual queue at Galaxy's Edge. I looked at the pamphlet real quick and just skimmed it.
You were confused.
I was
right?
very confused just because I did what the directions told me, but I believe it starts like when the land opens. That's when it'll actually show up. What it'll do is when you open up your My Disney Experience app and you go to the Star Wars Galaxy Edge section, it'll let you know if it's open to just enter or if you need to go in a virtual queue. If you need the virtual queue, it'll give you a set time, I believe, and then you'll just return to the entrance at that set time. So if you get there at noon and the area's at capacity, you might get a return time for 3. So instead of standing in a line in the heat, waiting to get in, you can just return at your given time. I'm not really sure what is going on with like reservations. If you already have reservations for Oga's, if you get in when it's at capacity anyway, I would imagine they'd have to.
Yeah.
Because even when the other parks are at capacity, if you've got a reservation in a restaurant, they've got to let you in. So I'll know more about it on Thursday. We're gonna go for opening day, like idiots. My poor daughter, she's gonna be a wreck.
I think she's excited though too.
Oh, she's very excited, but I don't know how excited she's gonna be at 4 o'clock in the morning when I want to head over there.
She's gotten up early for stuff before, hasn't she?
She has.
I mean, she got up and did a race with us once.
She did.
And she did it.
Our daughter's hit or miss. Most of the time she's awesome, but sometimes if you get her where she hasn't had enough sleep, she's a bear. And that's a mad 9-year-old is scary.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping I don't have to deal with Mad Maya
just
at
make
4
sure
in the morning.
she gets to sleep the night before. a decent hour.
Yeah, but I need my sleep, and I need my beauty sleep.
I know.
I need to look pretty for the opening Galaxy's Edge.
Yeah.
They're actually doing a ceremony Wednesday night, which I haven't seen the details on that either. I don't know if it's going to be as big as the one in Disneyland where they had Bob Iger was there, and they had the character. They had, should I say who the characters are or the actors? I feel like you should say like Han Solo was there, not Harrison Ford. They had Billy D. Williams there who plays Lando. They had Mark Hamill, Luke Skywalker. Chewbacca was there, which
who could be anybody.
Could be
now.
Anybody.
Well, because the guy died.
Well, no, they've got an actor in his plays Junus, but they don't need to use him for an opening, obviously. I don't know if it's going to be as big as that, but they're going to have it aired live. They're going to do something from Galaxy's Edge opening day as well with NPH. I can't remember what. I don't know if it's going to be through the Disney Parks blog or if it's going to be on television. I think it's going to be on television, which should be really cool. So this is a really big event, and I'm like really stoked to do it. I'm like, I know that sounds nerdy that a 49-year-old man gets so excited over Star Wars.
Well, yeah, but a lot of people are excited about it. It's not like you're the only one.
No, but I mean, I've been there, so I've experienced it. It's not like I'm walking in there expecting anything new. I'm just excited for like the energy of it, like to see the people that haven't been on there. One of the things that I told you was sadly lacking when I went there the first time were kids, which I don't know, when we go to Disney, because we don't always like run to rides or we sit back and we people watch quite a bit. It's really fun to watch like kids enjoying themselves there. And I only saw a few kids in Galaxy's Edge at the time because it was a cast member preview. So it'll be a lot of fun to see some of the kids there. I know one of the members in our group, Toddy, who's like an admin in all of our groups and keeps things running nicely. She took video of Rey with a bunch of little kids kind of ducking down, trying to avoid
I saw that. Yeah,
trying to avoid the stormtroopers or Kylo Ren. That was very cool. One of the things that I didn't get to see were a lot of the shows. They didn't have like the Kylo Ren show that they're going to be doing by his spaceship. The character interactions weren't really in full swing when I was there. You know, they did have Rey and they did have Chewbacca, the stormtroopers, but there should be a lot more interaction with other critters around there, which would be a lot of fun. And I get to watch my daughter, which is going to be a blast. You know, I'll take a lot of video for both you and for the group. I'm going to go live. I'm going to try to go live the morning of to actually catch the excitement of going through the entrance, unless I'm too late and I'm on a virtual queue. But I'm hoping 4 o'clock in the morning will be early enough for me to get in, because that's what drives me crazy, is they haven't really released details about like when you can actually go into this parking lot.
Yeah. Didn't you say there are extra magic hours though that morning? Are you even going to be able to get in that early?
There's the opening day, the 29th and the 30th, everybody can get in between 6 and 9. After that, they're doing extra magic hours, which are 6 to 9 for if you're staying at a hotel. So those first 2 days I can get in there early.
Okay.
Which I'm really excited for. Big child. I will be camping out. I'm not that excited. If there's people like there at midnight that are camping out, you guys can have my spot. You beat me to it.
Yeah.
But I will be there early, and I will do a live feed. I'll get a lot of video up in the group as well. It's gonna be a good time.
Have fun.
You have no interest in being there that day, do you?
No, I was gonna go with you.
Right, but I mean, you don't care about like being there to witness the crowd.
It would have been nice to see Maya.
Yeah, with Maya, it's gonna be a lot of fun. She's a really good kid. We got lucky with that one.
Yep.
But we're gonna wrap things up, guys. Keep an eye on the Crazy for Disney group and the Crazy for Disney page. I'm going to be at Disney all week, so I'll be posting a lot of pictures, a lot of videos. Follow me. I always give stuff away as well. If you see me in the park, say hello. I give stuff away. We actually ran into somebody today.
Yeah, that was weird.
It's still strange for us, because when we go through the parks, we get recognized a lot and people approach us. But like when we're in our hometown and we get stopped, it's really weird. Not in a bad way.
Yeah, but it's just out of context, I think, because we have like our Disney life and then our like regular life. Because we went out today to walk our dogs, and there's a park that we go to locally, and
as we were walking down the dog park, a woman goes, "Hey, you're that crazy for Disney guy," which annoys our son.
He gets so mad.
He's like, "Oh, not this again." But the woman's name was Cheryl. Hello, Cheryl. It was very nice talking to you today.
Yes, it was.
But we'll let you guys go, and I will see you from Disney. Bye, guys.
Bye.